Hi, in this video we're gonna take a look at blues in E and see if we can use different scales for the different degrees of the blues structure.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so in this solo, I've used a couple of different scales which can enrich your vocabulary a little bit. So the main scale that I was using was E minor pentatonic. So it's like it's the first scale that everyone learns on the guitar, pretty much, and it's like. Okay, that's the E minor pentatonic scale, and I use that on the first degree of the blues, so on E7. Yeah. When it changes to A7, I can use the same scale but with an addition, the addition of the major sixth. So it's gonna be E minor pentatonic with a raised sixth. Okay, it sounds like this. Now, why does it work? It works because the raised sixth on a minor E minor pentatonic scale is a C sharp note, and the C sharp is the third of the A7th. Okay, so we have this seventh chord, A, C sharp, and G natural. It's being followed by the scale, so we don't play D, but we play C sharp. So we're following the change on that chord. The other scale that I've used is a minor pentatonic on B minor pentatonic. So that's used on the fifth degree. So basically, you can swap minor pentatonics here. So you can play the B minor pentatonic on the fifth degree and then go back to E minor or E minor with the sixth on the A7th. Then you go back to the first one. So there's another scale that we can use on the first degree. It's the E major pentatonic. Okay, we can mix minor and major. So it's already 4 scales that we're playing here. Okay, so we have a lot of options. Minor pentatonic on the first degree, so E minor pentatonic. We have E minor with the sixth, raised sixth on the fourth degree of the blues of the blues structure. We have major pentatonic on the first degree, okay, so E major, this one, okay, which is also, it uses the same notes as C sharp minor pentatonic, okay, so remember that to get a major pentatonic you need to go a step and a half below or a major sixth above, and you'll find the relative minor. So usually, since we learn minor pentatonic first, it's convenient to some people to think about E major as C sharp minor, okay? Same notes, of course you will have to end and give emphasis on the E note, so not on the C sharp, because otherwise it would sound like a C sharp minor scale, and that's not what we want. Okay, and then the last option will be B minor pentatonic on the 5th degree, okay? So we can have, and that's the E minor pentatonic. Then E minor with the 6th. Then back to let's say E major this time. With some, we can also cram in some notes from the blues scale. Yeah. Okay. And here I've used like a chromaticism, a chromatic movement from 14, 13, 12, 10, and 11. Okay. And then on the 5th degree, you can use those 3 scales again. So B minor on the B7th, E minor with the major 6th on the 4th degree, A7th, and back to E minor pentatonic on the 1st degree, okay, which you can mix with E blues scale, so the minor pentatonic blues scale, okay? So we have a lot of options really. So and of course then you can create your own phrasing and your own way of playing this, where to play what, and that's it. There is also another thing that I've used, which is the mixolydian scale. So mixolydian is a mode. Don't know how many of you are familiar with this. The modes are just, let's say they use the same notes of a major scale in this case, but it gives emphasis to another note. So in this case I was playing E mixolydian. E mixolydian uses the notes of A major scale, of the A major scale, okay? So we use the same notes, we think about A major, but we give emphasis on the E, just like we've done with the minor and major equivalents, all right? So same notes, but of course the emphasis is different, so it will sound different, okay? So I've used double stops, like 2 notes together. Okay, so if we harmonize the scale with these intervals, like A major scale, okay, so we have 6th fret on the 3rd string, 5 on the 1st, so this is an interval of a 6th, of a minor 6th from C sharp to A. Yeah, then we have 7/7, and that's a B minor. these sound like triads, of course, because they sound like full chords, because it's like having a triad without the fifth on top. So it's just the first, I mean the root and the third. Okay, so root would be this, third would be that. Okay, B minor, C sharp minor, D major, E major, F sharp minor. In this case, it would be that, so it would be G sharp diminished, but we only use these two notes, so we don't need the diminished fifth in the middle. So and this, when played on E, it's sort of a cliche in blues, really. But it's a cool thing, so it's a cool scale to use. So that's another option. So we have a lot of options, yeah, I hope it was helpful for you, and and that you can enlarge a little bit, expand your blues vocabulary. Thank you for watching, and I hope you to meet in person.